the Week 6 player props and Stephception and Four Loko episode of the Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SMALLS. Let's yap.
Stephie touch balls, betting it all on the power bottom false top drop the football. Like hopes they've been teasing, they're missing the fall season. ACL twisted, bank account freezing, but Smalls cut the shots like some more reason. Leaderboard rising while the slot machine's ringing. She's slinging plays, that's like Nostradamus. $100 bills raining down upon us.
I was going to say happy Friday, but I can't rush the week. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday. I have a Four Loko. It'll make sense in a second. It's the prop show. Going to do some Stephception. Going to do some triple Ds. But to do the player props with me, you know him, G-Unit, Hoops, Greg Peterson of VSiN Live of all the places. G-Unit, how's it going?
I'm doing great, and my heart is very warm today because I have been trying to get this done for months. Last time I came on the show, you said that at some point you were going to do a Four Loko review. Yeah. I've been nagging you to do the Four Loko review, and here we are.
Here we are.
We made it happen, and that is all that matters. Yes.
We did it. We're making it happen. So I have to say, Four Lokos and I have like a relationship from college. Where I used to, I would spend my money on stupid shit, like clothes, alcohol, the usual. I would take quarters sometimes and go to the gas station. I would go buy a Four Loko. I would buy 2 Four Lokos. I'd have one that I would stick a straw into, and I would drink it as I got ready before I would go to a pregame at the University of Arizona. And then I would bring one with me to the pregame, which is just out.
How are you not dead?
I don't know. I have not had a Four Loko in, God, it's been a while. It's been a while. They didn't
Hopefully that thing is super duper cold because you're going to need it to be.
It is. And so here were the options. It was Blue Raz, USA. Oh. I can't do Blue Raz stuff, though. I'm not like a Blue Raz.
Blue Raz is terrible.
Yeah, I was never even the kid in school. I don't do Blue Jolly Ranchers. Not a blue, just not my blue dye, not my thing. So camo was the only option. I looked it up and it said it was like green apple and grape, and I don't know. So I will tap into this and then we'll do some player props. I'm very nervous. What's the most recent one that you reviewed?
I did the camel one quite recently and I don't quite know what it tastes like. Like that
smells. Oh no. I did have a long day.
Well, hey, if you had a long day, this is perfect.
13. Oh my God, it smells
really 13.9% alcohol by volume, not for the faint of heart.
Ooh, okay. All right, guys, cheers. Happy Thursday. I'm going to need it. The Giants are playing here shortly. That's okay.
Oh, yeah, you are going to need it.
It's giving green apple. It's very green apple. Is it green as well? I don't know.
It is green. I've poured it out before. I've reviewed this one. It is green.
Oh God. It tastes like college. I'm having like really weird flashbacks to this thing that they used to make in the frats called Monster Piss, but they use Monster.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's reminding me of Monster Piss. I mean, this is gonna get it's not horrible. Like, I could drink it. It tastes like you're sipping a Jolly Rancher to me. I don't do green apple either. I can taste the grape. It's a little citrusy for me. It's pretty bad. It's going to be, that's like can't give it a 0 though. It's a 3, I don't know, 4, 3, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5.
I gave mine a 4.35 out of 10. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're on point there. Okay, I like it. Do you have a favorite Four Loko? What an insane question to ask.
The electric lemonade is actually not bad because a lot of lemonades are artificial to start with. For 13.9% alcohol by volume, for being cheap, it gets the job done. It gets you a good
one. There we go. More bang for your buck. Probably like a Mike's Hard Lemonade a little bit. But
yeah, and I've got a lot of the Mike's Harder lemonades, the 8% ones I need to review in the coming weeks too.
I'll have to check those out. It's week 6 already. I can't believe it, of the NFL here. Let's talk best bets. What is your favorite bet? We'll talk through some of these. It doesn't have to be a player prop. I have player props. But yeah, best bets here for week 6.
We've got ourselves a lot of intrigue with regards to this weekend.
Yeah.
Man. I just feel like the Philadelphia Eagles offense is going to be able to bounce back along with the Giants. Like, Smalls, you're a Giants fan. How much did that pain your soul last week, what we saw against the New Orleans Saints? Because I thought, the Saints can't be favored against anyone. I'm going to take the Giants on the money line. And all of a sudden you're thinking, all right, we're up 2 scores. This is going great. And then fumble, scoop and score, interception. And that's why I take a look at this total of 40.5 on Thursday football. And I like the over. The Philadelphia Eagles really petered out last week against the Denver Broncos as well. I recognize that it's a short week, but I expect of a bounce back. I actually don't hate what I've seen out of Jackson Dart. A lot of those fumbles weren't necessarily on him. So I'm going to go over here on Thursday Night Football, 40.5.
Yeah. Here's the thing with the New York Giants is, if it seems like they should do well, they're not going to. When it seems, that's why last week I was like, stay away, it's a trap. This is like the exact game. Spencer Rattler 0-10 going against the Giants, who looked awesome against the Chargers. Perfect example of them to be able to fall on their face. I absolutely love that call there. You know who, I've been giving him out. I was 4-1 in props. I think the last 2 weeks in a row, was it? It sure was. Jake Ferguson again, 4th amongst all pass catchers in the league. With 48, their 2nd most receptions in the league behind Puka. I'm going to continue to give this out if they're going to continue to give us these lines. Over 5.5 receptions, minus 130. I even like the over 6.5. They're hanging a plus 112. I think that was DK had that there. The Cowboys continue to throw the ball at one of the highest rates in the league, if not the highest rate in the league. They're playing the Panthers, who, again, you hear me say this all the time, their linebackers are not great. This is a perfect matchup here. You saw Waller just drop almost 80 on their heads. I love Jake Ferguson, again, to go over his receptions. I mean, you look at what he's been doing. I could totally rattle him off for you, but it's unnecessary. I think he's had at least 8+ in the last couple. So I like Jake Ferguson here to go over his receptions.
I like that one, and I do think that that's going to be a game where we're going to be seeing quite a bit of scoring, so I'm with you there. And then another game that I look at that is of so much intrigue is I do think that for the Miami Dolphins are just done for. You were just talking about the Carolina Panthers. The way that the Miami Dolphins upchucked defeat from the jaws of victory last week, and it feels like they just completely have checked out on Mike McDaniel. I still don't know why they got rid of Brian Flores so many years ago. This just seems like a dead team with Miami against the Chargers bunch that, after that week 1 win against the Kansas City Chiefs, things have been neither here nor there. They went through a few injuries, and let's call it what it is. It's been a little bit surprising the way that they've been utilizing their weapons on the outside, with McConkey not getting as much usage as we were all thinking. I think that this could be a big week for him. I haven't played any player props with him quite yet, but I'd be looking at some overs with regards to receptions, maybe not yards, but I think that they try to get him the ball in this game. And I think that the Chargers just lay waste to the Miami Dolphins, recognize it's a little bit of a body clock game, recognize the travel, but this just feels like a great spot for our Chargers against a Dolphins team that I think is dead and buried.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm glad that you brought that up because I did, I'll take some notes, and I didn't get a chance to go and look at the longest receptions for that game. But I do think, the big fantasy question this week, what running back are we picking up? Just don't worry about it. They're going to put one of the guys out there to help pass block, and they're going to throw the ball. That's going to be the situation here for the Chargers. Absolutely love that call there. I'm actually staying in this Dallas game, but I am going with T-Mac, Mr. McMillan, bear down, Arizona here. Listen, his receiving yards is set at 64.5, minus 115 over at DK. He is probably going to face Elam in coverage, which probably more often than not. Which regardless, it doesn't matter. You can take advantage of the Dallas secondary here, the way that they are giving up yards through the air. There's really no one good in coverage on this secondary. Actually, if you want to ladder it up as far as 100+, I don't even really hate that here. Bryce Young tends to play better while he is at home. I also think he gets in this week. I think he gets his first touchdown at plus 145. So I'm rolling with T-Mac from Arizona.
Oh, I absolutely love it. And if you don't mind me, you mind if I give out a baseball player too?
Oh, yeah, do it.
Absolutely, because we've got ourselves a big game 4 involving my Milwaukee Brewers going up against the Chicago Cubs, and we've got a total of 7. And Matthew Boyd has been not good, to say the least, for the Chicago Cubs. 4+ runs allowed in 5 out of his last 8 starts. The last time they threw him out there, he gave up 6 runs while he got 2 outs. Like, the Brewers completely pounded him. On that day, the Brewers very nearly outscored the Wisconsin Badgers. You've got a Brewers team that's averaging about 5.4 runs per game post All-Star break. And when this total was 6.5 in the game yesterday, wind was blowing very hardcore in. Now you don't have that wind blowing in anymore. A little bit more directional, might be blowing a little bit more out. So that's going to be helping out these hitters. Freddie Peralta, also not the same pitcher away from him. 171 home ERA, 371 ERA away from home. Michael Busch is starting to find it. That total of 7 in Brewers versus Cubs for the late night game here on Thursday. I like that total over.
Absolutely. Love it. I always tap in once playoff baseball starts. It's been quite entertaining, although me and stand-in producers Scott Reichel's Yankees were a stinker. That's a stinker.
Like, the way that you lose to a bullpen game of the Blue Jays, and you have, of all guys, Aaron Judge has always been the disappointment for the Yankees when it comes to postseason. He did his part, and nobody else last night did theirs.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, I got one more prop I like here. Oh my gosh, this Four Lokos like making me nauseous. It's going to be Mr. Josh Jacobs over 77.5 rushing yards. The Bengals are last versus stopping the run. They stink. They're giving up 4.5 yards per carry to backs. Once they get to Stephception, he will come up again for the longest rush. Through 5 games, they've allowed 613 rushing yards. We stand Josh Jacobs on this show. It's got to be Josh Jacobs here. So I even like him to get into the end zone there. 8 rushing TDs against them. Jacobs has converted 30, like close to 38 of his inside the 5 carries into touchdowns. So we stand Josh Jacobs on this show. We're going to roll with Josh Jacobs here.
And I absolutely love it as a Green Bay Packers fan, though.
There you go.
Don't know if I could get behind laying 14 to 14.5 here. This is just getting to be an absolute ridiculous
right?
number.
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel quite right.
Even with how bad Jake Browning is, you trade for Joe Flacco, so the entire quarterback situation is a mess for the Cincinnati Bengals. But the Packers, ever since week number 1, have been a little bit disappointing. Sans Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, to your point, has been very rock solid. And Jordan Love hasn't necessarily been turning the ball over a ton. That defense just looks so bad against the Dallas Cowboys, though. And if I'm looking anywhere in terms of that game, I'd be looking at that total. I was seeing it more in that neighborhood, like a 44, 44.5. I think this could be a good spot for the over with the way that the Packers are really struggling again. To your point, I think Josh Jacobs is going to be able to find the end zone once, maybe twice.
Yeah, honestly, look to him for 2 touchdowns. Don't hate that at all. Before we continue on with some week 6 bets, so we are brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime, which we love here on the Stephie Smalls Show. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SMALLS for a 100% bet back bonus. That's a mouthful. Up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SMALLS. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you know you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. What other bets are you looking at here for week 6?
Man, with regards to week 6, I do think that Monday Night Football game is going to be so interesting because you always have to look to Monday Night Football. We always love the standalone games, but that said, when you've got yourself a doubleheader, the game that I think just really stands out to me is the Chicago Bears versus Washington Commanders game, with the Commanders are laying 4.5 points, and I just haven't loved what I've seen out of the Chicago Bears this year. Like, everyone thought that Ben Johnson was going to be this great coach and everything like that, and he still can be. Like, it's very early on for Ben Johnson. You don't judge a guy after a few weeks, but if it was all up to running good offense and nothing else for being a good coach, like Adam Gase would have worked out. And we all remember what happened with that. So I do still have some question marks there. And I do feel like with the Commanders, it was a little bit of a, shall we say, tough start for them. Obviously, that loss in prime time against the Green Bay Packers a few weeks ago, that was really the low point for them. But I do think that Jaden Daniels and company going to be able to find it. He did have a lot of new weapons in the offseason as well, so there's a little bit of a turnover there with having a little bit of extra rest for the Commanders. I think that this is a good spot for them to take it to a Bears defense that has not impressed me one single bit. So I'm going to be willing to lay the Commanders on Monday Night Football.
Absolutely. I'm totally with you there. You know what? And it's funny because I have continued to try to bet against the Commanders. I've continued to try to bet against the Colts, and it has not worked out for me. I think JD5 again continues to get healthy from whatever ailment was going on over there. So I am with you on that. How are you feeling? I'll ask you something before I rip through my Stephception bets here. I wanted to add Matthew Golden, possibly the over 20.5 longest reception -110 against that Cincinnati Bengals defense. Do you like any of his other numbers though? Over 3.5 receptions +140, receiving yards is at 41.5 -112. He seems to slowly start cementing himself to a bigger role here in this offense.
Yep, he certainly does. And if I am looking at one of the Packers wide receivers, it is going to be Golden. I would be looking a little bit more to your point, though, at Josh Jacobs' rushing numbers, just because the Bengals have been so bad at being able to shut down the run. That's not even funny for one. And two, if the Packers get off to a nice early lead, they're going to be relying very heavily on Josh Jacobs to be able to carry the mail. I think that the Packers are really going to be going and pounding the ball in this game against the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'd be looking a little bit more to rushing props. But to your point, if I'm looking at a wide receiver, it certainly is Golden, because it just feels like week by week he's getting more and more comfortable with this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I will rattle through a couple of these and then ask you for another Week 6 pick here. This will be the start of Stephception. These will be the longest receptions for the week. I bet this very early. I do not know if this number has moved. I didn't take a look yet. Troy Franklin over 18.5 -109. It's also going to be my dad bet of the week. He's gone over 3 of the last 4. Week 1, longest was 18. So you know what? We take it here. You can also take 17.5 at -120. It's fine. Just take the 18.5. Don't get cute. Reverse the Jets here. We've seen what they've given up. Their longest reception, 46, 43, 26, 28, 25, 19, 30, 24. They're giving this up at a ridiculous rate. T-Mac, as I said earlier, over 23.5. Trey Tucker over 19.5. And when Egbuka comes out, just go ahead, take his 30+ along with JSN's. Another Week 6 pick that you are looking at.
And I'm so glad that you mentioned that Jets game, because they have yet to generate a turnover this year, which that is absolutely amazing. Like, you have a former defensive coordinator that takes over and you're thinking, oh boy, things are going to be much better on defense. Things are going to be amazing there. No, and with regards to Bo Nix, no interception is the bet here. To be able to keep a clean sheet against the New York Jets, last I was seeing it was right in that neighborhood of like a -130, so you're going to be paying a little bit of juice on it. But in my opinion, this is very much worth it, because the Jets, they are just not guarding anyone on defense. I don't know if I can fully get with an over, because this is a game being played out there in Europe, and, well, this has been a Jets offense that has left a lot to be desired, but man, I had actual expectations for the Jets and their defense this year. They have not come through on any of them whatsoever. I talk about the Miami Dolphins being a dead team. The Jets are another dead team. And other than the Buffalo Bills and to a little bit of a lesser extent the Patriots, we are just seeing some bad football out there in the AFC East.
We are, and it seems like Glenn is just almost very, like, he's comfortable. They've told him he has, like, plenty of time to figure out, because he's just like, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. He keeps saying it's going to take time.
And I thought he was supposed to be the disciplinarian that was going to put the hammer down and really restore order, and instead it's been laissez-faire.
Yeah. Literally, you bring up turnovers. I have yet to give out a defensive player to record an interception. We both know this player very well, and it's Xavier McKinney. I like Flacco to throw one right into his hands. That number is not out yet, but when you can find it, he is going to be my defensive player to record an interception. What else are you looking at here? I only have longest rushes left, and then I let you get out of here.
All right. Well, how about if we do get you a Game 5 pick, because I know that you're out there in the Midwest, Stephie, and we've got ourselves the Tigers. They're going to be taking on the Seattle Mariners. George Kirby going against Tariq Skubal, and the Mariners have done the impossible. They have actually knocked off the Detroit Tigers 3 times when Tariq Skubal starts. That is not going to be time number 4. You've got the Tigers right around like minus 130, minus 135 on the money line, and a ridiculously low total of a 5.5. I recognize that the under did it the last time Tariq Skubal started, but this is one of those cases where a bloop and a blast can be the difference between going over and going under. I can't advocate for taking the 5.5 under. I think that the Tigers find a way in this spot to get the job done against a guy in George Kirby who's been a little bit up and down this year. Tigers, they've got relatively good firepower all across that lineup. So give me the Tigers on the money line and the over on Friday.
I absolutely love it. See, we're getting a little baseball action. You guys always complain that you want more baseball action, and I have handed it to you here on a silver platter. For longest rush right now, I'm looking at Genty over 16.5 minus 110. And then Mr. Josh Jacobs, longest rush over 15.5 minus 109 for all the reasons that we spoke of earlier. You have been fantastic. Any last thoughts on week 6? We'll have to get you back on. Maybe I'll do another, maybe not a Four Loko, but I'll do another taste test of something.
Absolutely. And you need to give me a recommendation of what I need to review as well.
Ooh, okay. All right. I'm going to think. I'll think of something good, and maybe you can bring it on the show. We can do it together.
Absolutely. And if I can't find it somewhere, if someone sends it to me, if it's something I haven't reviewed, I will review it. Trust me, there are people that send me stuff.
Tell people where they can find you so they can send in those reviews so they can check out all your awesome work. Please go follow G Unit Hoops, giving you all the best. Oh, listen, if you're not following Greg yet, you need to be following him.
Absolutely. At GUnit_81 on the old Twitter /X. You get quite a few beer reviews every day. You get handicaps for all the baseball action and 365 Division I college basketball teams in action in 3.5 weeks. Let's frickin' go.
Let's frickin' go, Greg. I appreciate you, and we will get you on very shortly. Yeah, Underdog is also a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500x your entry. I have a pick'em entry for you that gets you 9.7x your monies. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' stats. It's available for a ton of sports, but we're talking NFL Week 6. Jake Ferguson higher 44.5 receiving yards. A Umanor higher 15.5 longest reception. Gino. I think the Four Loko is hitting. Gino, higher half an interception thrown. Eddie Pinheiro, higher 1.5 field goals made. That gets you 9.7x your monies. I've been cashing these at a ridiculous rate, and no one cares, to be clear. No one cares. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SMALLS. Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets. In the app, check 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you could win $1,000. For me this week, we are going to listen. I'm a hater. Under Jalen Warren, 44.5 rushing yards. This is their sharp under. It's also a smart signals play. Hitting at a 67% hit rate. They have a win probability at 70.2%. Rhythm is predicting him to have 33.6 rushing yards. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. And now stand-in producer, our friend Scott Reichel is joining. He gets to bring himself in. Scott, how are you?
Doing pretty well. I had to flip the screen there, but yeah, how's it going? What's up?
It's okay. Producer Ryan forgot. You were already doing better than producer Ryan. He forgets to do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to mess up too badly. So I think so far
You're doing
well.
Great.
So, yeah, can't complain.
You're doing fantastic. Our Yankees suck. We were talking about this before. Our Yankees suck. We're both Mets fans. They suck. You're a Jets fan. They suck. The Giants suck. Everything fucking sucks right now. Rangers suck. Everyone sucks.
Yeah, Islanders haven't played yet. They're not going to be good, but technically they have a better record than the Rangers, so we'll see what happens tonight. But New York's sports, not very good. Let's go St. John's.
Yeah. Oh, God. Arizona's going to find a way to piss me off. Like, it's just not – things are not great. Not a lot of fun to root for. Do you have any Week 6 plays that you want to give out before we yap about our Circa picks?
Sure. So I'll do the props because I did get the memo. We were going to talk about some Circa, so I'll save the side stuff for after.
Okay, cool.
A couple player props here. I'll go with Jackson Smith-Njigba I'll take the
Love
over
it.
76.5 receiving yards at -115. He's had at least 79 in every game this season. Jaguars not exactly great at defending the pass. They won against the Chiefs. A lot of points in that game, though. I do think that the defense can be suspect. They're allowing the 6th most receiving yards per game this season. I think that Smith-Njigba keeps it rolling. Give me the over 76.5 receiving yards there. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, honestly, I really like it. Lately, I've just been hammering JSN going right to 30 plus longest catch because he's just been flying over that. So you just made a better case for me. So I absolutely love that. What else are you looking at?
So I'm going to look at one of my favorite props so far. It's been a cash cow for me. Noah Gray, longest reception.
Ooh.
Under 8.5 yards,
Ooh.
-115. He stinks. That's my takeaway. He has gone under 8 yards in longest reception in 9 of his last 10 games. He's had less than 2 catches in 6 of his last 7. It's at 8.5, and he has now recorded a 7+ yard catch in 9 of the last 10. I think he's a terrible football player. So I'll go with the under. I'll go with the under longest reception here. I keep taking it every week, and he keeps cashing.
I absolutely love that. I'm going to tail you on that.
0 catches. So there you go.
I feel like he's someone that everyone gets high on because like the last 2 weeks of every season, he like gets involved for like 18 yards and they're like convinced that he's going to do something and then he never does anything.
It's not even about the lack of yards. He barely gets targets.
He's not even involved.
Yeah. So I think it's a great play against the Jaguars Monday Night Football. 0 targets. So he just did cardio for 60 minutes and you still won.
Honestly,
so I'll keep taking it.
Go off, King. Any other props that you want to give out before you stand in for Mr. Producer Ryan here?
Yeah, so I'll go for a kicking prop. I'll go with Cardi. I'll take the over 1.5 field goals -120. He's gone over this number in 9 of his last 11. But go on the road. He's had at least 2 made field goals in 5 straight road games. And the Ravens, defensively, not very good. Roquan has not been practicing. Hamilton might be back, but either way, Roquan not being there. The Ravens have allowed at least 37 points in 4 of the first 5 games.
Disgusting.
37 points.
It's disgusting.
Give me Cardi over 1.5 field goals -120.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Let's talk some spreads here. What are your favorite picks?
I was going to let you go first. I thought I'm supposed to help you talk through your entry.
Okay, so here's the ones. There was one. What did I like? I like the Seahawks +1.5. And producer Ryan hates it. I think it's a good letdown spot for the Jags here. I think Seattle's going to get some defense back. I don't hate it.
I do not. I think the Jaguars had a very nice win. It is a great letdown spot.
Good for them. Pour the Gatorade. I'm not convinced that this is a good football team yet.
So you're saying that you don't think the Trevor Lawrence fall down touchdown run was a planned outcome there for the Jaguars?
He picked his nose before he did it. And I'm supposed to be excited?
I think the Jaguars are better than I thought, but I still have questions.
Yeah, I agree with that. They're definitely better than I thought. I'll give them some carnations. I'm not like buying them.
Okay, so no flowers, but a slight amount of carnations.
Yeah. Okay, you could have like some baby's breath or whatever they throw in there, but no.
I mean, Seattle had a rough loss there to Tampa. The defense fell apart in the second half there, but it depends if you think Witherspoon plays or not. I know he has not been practicing either.
Yeah.
You mentioned the secondary being an issue. I think it's a great letdown spot for Jacksonville, but I don't know if I trust Seattle's defense.
It's down to a pick on that Circa.
The secondary, yeah. I'll go Seattle with you because I think that it is kind of a coin flip.
Okay.
And you are getting plus money or +1.5 there. But yeah, I do want to know Witherspoon's status before I actually confirm my thoughts. But I think it's a good letdown spot, as you said.
I'm not seeing what Circa has it at here. Yes, I am. God, I really don't like that as much. I hate
Just throw it out there. It's all good.
Daniel Jones looks good. What am I supposed to say? He looks good.
Indiana Jones? You think he looks good over there? Yeah, he looks good. How does that make you feel?
It doesn't. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I'm happy for him. It's clearly, I recorded a video I never posted. I had to vent that this is like so much a fundamental problem coming from the top with the way that all these players, Xavier McKinney, Zeitler, Saquon, Daniel Jones, like this is a Giants staffing problem now. Like we need to look at that and they should fire everyone just because of it.
So I'm going to ask, you said you recorded it but didn't post it. Do you still have it saved somewhere?
Yeah,
that was your video therapy session. You deleted it.
I do. I can play it for you guys.
Okay.
I can play it for you guys. No, I will post it eventually. I had to get it out. It was like last night at probably like 12:30. I was in bed just thinking about all the players. Will Hernandez, even Matt Pert got some, like all these players are just in my head, just absolutely looking fantastic. But I think what Daniel Jones is doing is he's playing good. And I think the Cardinals are a bunch of buffoons. And I think, -7, a touchdown. The Colts at home, who are playing fantastic at home, scoring a ton of points at home. Give me the Colts, kind of.
Do you want to guess who I had in Survivor last week?
I don't want to guess because I know what you're going to say. I'm sorry.
I had the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, that team is kind of dead to me. First of all, I was not a fan of the Cardinals anyway. But the thing about Survivor, you have to be willing to take some bad teams.
Have to.
Spots. So I like the spot. Titans were terrible. They played Thursday night at extra prep time.
Sure.
DeMarcado fumbles the ball into the end zone. I thought he scored, but who cares? The replay looked at it. They said, you know what? This guy's an idiot. We'll punish him.
He scored. He scored.
I thought he was in the end zone, but it is what it is. Then you intercept the pass. You fumbled into your own end zone. That's a touchdown. Then you call 3 straight handoffs and punt the ball away voluntarily. Sure. Look, if you're going to quit on a coach, that's the game where you quit on a coach. I don't know how you come back from that. Gannon got fined $100K.
It's weird. It's weird. Finding hit. It's weird. Now you mess with the whole locker room that way. Even like the players being like, coach messed up, but it's all good now. We don't need to talk about it. That's a weird thing for players to be coming out and saying when they're in pressers. I'm sorry. It's just there's no way they respect him.
I think it's weird. I think respect's the key word there because I don't think he has it. Now, if I was on that team, he would have lost my respect on the 3 straight handoffs on the final offensive drive. But he went over DeMarcado. He gave him a yelling and gave him
I don't think it was that. It's fine. Yeah.
I don't think it was that bad, but he got fined for it, which kind of shows that the front office or the ownership don't really respect him because they fined him for disciplining his player.
Yeah.
After just a completely idiotic play.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think this might get ugly. I think Arizona in general wasn't very good. You could have your opinions about Kyler Murray anyway, which is fine. I think he's average.
I don't think he gives a shit.
That's how I look at him anyway. I didn't check any of the video game schedules if he's been busy playing COD.
I heard that he got one early. Like the celebrities and athletes get the release like a month early. And I think something coming out in November.
Yeah, we'll see. But if there was a time to quit on a coach, I think that whole situation with the ownership finding him and him needing to apologize. Where's the apology for DeMarcado? Where'd that happen?
Yeah.
The whole thing feels weird. I'm with you on the Colts, but
it's a little and I think this is where like there's these turning points in the season where like this is where the wheels fall off for the Cardinals. Like this is where they're on like 2 wheels right now. The other 2 are hopping off this week. Like
that's how I feel too. Yeah.
Perfect spot for that to happen. Producer Ryan likes the Saints here. Any feelings on that game? It feels like a stay away to me.
So you're telling me that producer Ryan had a choice of the entire board and he voluntarily chose
that was one of them he liked, I swear.
No, it's fine. It's the same letdown spot you just mentioned earlier in the show because New England beat Buffalo and now they're traveling to a dome. No offense to your team. I still don't think the Saints are good.
They're not.
They were down a decent amount early. They had a fumble recovery touchdown. Dart, I know he beat the Chargers. He looks like a rookie quarterback. Interpret that as you want. It doesn't look great. The receivers aren't very good.
There's nothing you can do.
That's my point. So I'm not going to overreact to one Saints victory with a couple of bad turnovers. Dart punched the ball out of his own hand for a fumble. You had a fumble for a touchdown. It's been a rough start for Dart, but they're 1-1. So you know what? At least you get to let the young guy cook a little bit.
Sure.
New England's the better team, but if you trust the Saints off a win, trying to build off it, I get it. Would I want to back one of the worst teams in football? No, but I understand the angle from producer Ryan. But then again, this is our show now, so I'm not.
Yeah,
going to go
exactly.
I'm not interested.
Who said this? I think it was on the Pat Mayo show. I want to say Feinberg said this. Bad teams can't win 2 games in a row. So to me, the -3.5 at the Pats might be the right side, even though they did do the dump the Gatorade thing. Like, I don't know. I just think this feels very stay away.
I can get behind that too. I think it'll be pretty funny if Diggs goes for 20 yards.
Yeah, it'll be so funny. It'll be hilarious.
He was partying all week. You can tell after he beat the Bills. And now he
Well,
just might
tootsie.
no-show a game against New Orleans. So
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's a stay away from me too, but I'm just not interested in backing Spencer Rattler. I'm just not interested.
And then I know a lot of people had this circled. We talked about this a little bit on Tuesday's show. Where are you at with the Steelers here?
I like them in the spot. Now,
so.
because of a really awful division, they're in first place. They had a bye and watched everybody else lose last week, which is the best bye you could possibly have. Mike Tomlin has been very good off the bye. 14-4, straight up off the bye. And you're looking at the Browns, who had to play in England last week with a rookie quarterback, lost by letting Carson Wentz drive down the field to kick their ass. That is not fun. But now you're traveling back to America. You're going to Pittsburgh, and Steelers are off a bye. I'm not saying that the Steelers are a very good team, but this is a great Tomlin spot with a veteran roster. I think they win an ugly game. I think they have a good game plan for Gabriel as well. I think Steelers cover this. That was one of the plays I had listed. I got the Steelers -4.5, whatever number they have there at Circa.
They have a 5.5. It's obviously not.
I think they win by 7+.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. I think last game I would bring up here would be 49ers going to the Bucs. It's looking at Bucs going to the 49ers. Which way is it?
So the Niners are going to the Bucs.
Niners are going to the Bucs. I don't know why Circa has this. The fantasy thing has it the other way. Bucs -3.
Okay. Now I do want to ask you, what are your thoughts on Tampa? Because they win every game close. They give their fans a heart attack, but Baker Mayfield might finish in the top 5 MVP voting. So,
I know. That's the
stance?
thing. And I also think the 49ers, again, we talk about dump the Gatorade. Let's talk about dump the Gatorade too. Can they do it 2 weeks in a row? I think that it kind of feels like a fishy line because I think the Bucs should be favored by more than this at home.
You have extra prep time for the Niners, though, played on Thursday.
It's
so
fair.
They do have some extra time to
That's
get
fair.
ready.
That's fair.
They have no receivers that are worth a damn. Shout out to Bourne, though, but a monster game against the Rams.
Yeah, I was trying to wait for his longest reception, but it didn't quite come out before we could get on here.
Shout out to McCorkle, who had a solid game there.
McCorkle. I kind of love him.
He played well.
I kind of love him.
He's very tough. He got banged up quite a lot in that game, but I think Tampa offensively should have a lot of answers for what the Niners defense wants to do. I know Mac Jones did it once. You could argue it was a massive letdown spot for the Rams, who thought they would coast into a free win. I don't mind it, but that Tampa defense, I don't think is also that good. So I didn't mind the over in that game, which doesn't help you because we're doing
it doesn't help
here.
me at all. Okay, what's another favorite pick on the board that you like?
Yeah,
I brought up the Lions. He hated that.
Okay. Did he give you a reason, or he just said he hated it? This is our show once again, so you can do whatever you want.
I think he just hated the Chiefs at home, but I don't remember, to be honest, what his reasoning to chat might know why. But yeah, he didn't like that. I think I don't know, +2.5. Like I kind of want to take it with the Lions.
Yeah, that line feels very trappy to me. I think I'll just stay away from
that.
I'm picking a close game, but I see Trevor mentioning in the comment section, if you want to see players who quit on the coach, check out the Ravens. I'm going to fade the Ravens in this one. I like the Rams in this game, -7. You mentioned before, a second ago, that the Niners had a great win. Awful loss for the Rams. Extra prep time playing on Thursday. Lamar, still not at practice. Roquan, still not at practice. Hamilton is back, though, so at least they're getting somebody back, but
are they getting Lamar back? Why did I hear that?
He hasn't practiced all week, so we're going to see. But the Ravens right now defensively can't stop anybody.
It's so bad.
They've allowed 37+ points in 4 of the first 5 games.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And you're looking at Lamar, who, if he does play, is banged up. He missed practice on Thursday, so he's probably not going to play. Roquan, same story. The Rams really could use a nice ass kicking to get back on track, to actually just blow out a bad team. They no-showed against the Texans. They gave up 40+ points.
Yeah, can we actually hold on? Yeah. It's done.
That was a full-on quit job from start to finish. And Cooper Rush looked bad too. Henry had, I don't even know, 20 rushing yards. He didn't do anything. Shout out to my fantasy team.
I kind of forgot he existed.
They got destroyed. If you're going to give up 40, it's okay if you give it up to the Bills or some good offenses. The Texans, no, I think that team's dead. I'll go with the Rams off a bad loss, extra prep time. I'll take them -7.
What's another one you're looking at? I have four written down on this sheet here.
I got the
What's our-
Broncos in there too.
You like Broncos?
Yeah, as a Jets fan, I did the Jets preview with you. You asked me my thoughts, and I laughed directly because I thought they'd be a terrible team. I'll pat myself on the back for that one. I did like the win total under, but that team's horrible. There's nothing else to say. Glenn, disciplinarian's now the coach, and they still commit a bunch of penalties. They still find a way to just sabotage any good drive, any momentum, and they can't win a game. Denver did beat Philly. Good win there. Defense, I think, is very solid. And Bo Nix has been fine. Good enough to get the job done here. But Denver, for lack of a better phrase, is an actual football team. The Jets are not. The Jets are the only winless team in the league. They're undisciplined. They're really not good at anything. They have no turnovers forced. I think they're the first team in years to have 0 turnovers forced in 5 games. How do you not accidentally force a fumble?
Do you feel like, as a Jets fan, because I feel this way as a Giants fan, I don't think other franchises get this, and you're going to understand because you're a Jets fan.
Mm-hmm.
You watch, when you're watching the game, every 10 minutes, it's just some ridiculous historical stat that we have now created.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know you're a shitty team. When your team is setting historical, when that starts to happen, that's how you know you're rooting for a shitty football team.
I'm trying to pull up the actual stats here, and I did find it. It's not even the first team in a couple of years. The Jets are the first team ever in NFL history.
Ever.
To be 0-5 and to not force a single turnover. The first team ever. You know how hard that is to do? The NFL's been around for a long time. No turnovers forced, and you have Justin Fields at quarterback. It's not a fun time. Not a fun time. So, yeah, give me Denver in that game.
Giants are, the one I saw, 1-15 on Thursday Night Football. Come on. Are you fucking serious? You can't even walk into 3 of those? You won 1?
The thing is, if you actually take the time to fact check it, you're not going to bother because you'll be so depressed halfway through the fact checking, you're going to give up.
Yeah,
so
100%.
There's no point. But the Jets are awful. So there you go.
Although I think my Mason Taylor call was pretty good, I will say.
Yeah, had a great game.
Yeah, I think Mason Taylor is, again, still, if he is lurking on waivers, he's going to eventually just totally solidify his spot as the second there. Okay, last game I want to ask you about, and then I will let you get out of here because I know we're closing in on 7 o'clock here. Cowboys at Panthers, as I was about to ask you, because I liked Panthers on Wednesday, whenever it was. I don't feel as strongly because, just like I said last week, I don't think Panthers are going to be able to keep up with the Cowboys if it comes down to a shootout.
I feel the same way. Jets ended up losing to the Cowboys, obviously, so the Cowboys had a bye last week, for being honest here. Scored 30-plus points. It was a wrap very quickly. Carolina had a nice win against Miami. I think Miami stinks, so I'm not going to really buy much into that win. No Tyreek. They were down 17-0, came back, and they won. I still don't think Bryce Young is a good quarterback. And I acknowledge they had a nice comeback win. It helps when Rico Dowdle goes for 200-plus rushing yards. Damn, Miami sucks. But either way, I think the Cowboys are the better team, simply put. I understand that Carolina at home has been a lot better than Carolina on the road. Bryce Young, I still think, is a bust, as a pretty simple one-word phrase there. Dak looks good. Cowboys offense looks pretty good, even without CeeDee Lamb. Defense got to the quarterback a lot against the Jets, and they can do the same against Carolina. I'll go Dallas, but it's mainly not overreacting to Carolina beating Miami. Everyone was fading Miami, talking about how he was going to be fired, the head coach, of course. The team was going to be in free fall. They beat the Jets on Monday Night Football, and everyone forgot how bad the Dolphins actually are. That team is really bad. I'm not going to overreact to that. I'll take the Cowboys on the road.
All right, I like it. Any final thoughts on week 6? You did fantastic. You're allowed to be my stand-in producer at any point.
Thank you. I hope that McKee doesn't get jealous, and thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. I hope we go 5-0 with these picks. Everett and I will see you Monday. We're back to Monday shows. Rate, review, subscribe, especially do the review part. We've been doing fantastic. The numbers are awesome. I appreciate everyone. I'm going to go finish my Four Loko and cry about the New York Giants. See you later.
Stephie Smalls Show, sports gambling. Play some bets on winners and catastrophe. If you want to know where to put the money, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday is the place to be.